Hey, are you ready to know the direction of the day for the world's most traded pair, the Euro USD? Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Thursday morning. It is the 22nd of August 2024, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like on the Euro USD. Now, this is something I do every Monday to Friday to basically be able to share with you what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like on the Euro USD. So if you had any doubts in yourself and maybe you don't know exactly what the direction that Euro USD is going to be taking, then definitely this should be the live stream you should catch every morning, 8:30. That's East African time. Or if you're using the New York time, that is exactly at 1:30 a.m. in the morning. So thank you so much for joining me this beautiful morning. And yeah, we're going to be getting into it, but I would like to speak to someone. If you are someone who, you sometimes tend to overget too confident about your trades, I mean, you try, what I'm basically saying is that if you're someone who has, if you're out there and you're maybe on a winning streak and you tend to get overconfident on your trades, I mean, you've had maybe a 5 or 6 trade winning streak and you're too confident about your trading and you maybe want to even bump up your size. I know something that it gets to every trader out there. Sometimes you feel like you're Superman. You increase your size because you've had maybe 5, 10 winning trades in a row, and you feel like now you've actually conquered the markets. I'm telling you, this is only lying to you guys. This is the beginning of a fall. If you actually go ahead and increase the size on your trades, you're going to end up losing all that you've made. So my humble advice to you is for you to actually stay grounded, follow your trading plan, follow follow what your journal tells you, and then this is how you're going to end up staying profitable in these markets. Do not think you're ahead of the market. The market doesn't owe you anything, so it will continue moving the way it is meant to move. So don't think you are a Superman and you're going to, keep making those profits. It's not how this thing works. So stay grounded, and this is how you're going to be able to conquer these markets, guys. So that's my word of advice to you. And so basically, getting back to my strategy, it is a strategy that utilizes the previous day's candle. And as I've told you, it is a 50% win rate strategy. I mean, I have a 50% strike rate on the strategy with a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio. So it is definitely a profitable strategy. And I've used this particular strategy religiously for over a year now. So definitely I'm going to be sharing everything about this particular strategy right here on this live stream. So if you've been out there and you're looking for a profitable strategy, definitely this is one of those that you could probably start using in your trading. So basically, how the strategy is, it utilizes the previous day's candle, and on that previous day's candle, I basically like to look out for what I call an area of interest. This could either be an order lock, or it could be a fair value gap, or maybe even equal highs or equal lows. So price usually on the next day likes to actually tap into these areas before it actually moves in the other direction. So I like to always, see how price moved the previous day, and then this is how I determine the direction of the day. But before I even get to that, usually I do have some routines I go through before I even jump onto the charts. So one of those is to basically check out what the fundamental side is saying for that particular day. Now, for me, I'm purely a technical trader, but as a trader, you don't want to be on the exact opposite of what the fundamentals are saying for that particular day. So you don't want to be on the opposite side when it comes to the fundamentals, basically. So the website I like to use, there are majorly two websites that I always check out. And let me share my screen just in a bit so that you guys can see exactly what I'm seeing on my end. So I'll be sharing that just in a bit. I'm going to be sharing that. Hope you can see my screen just in a moment. I'll be sharing that in a moment. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen right now. So the website I like to use when it comes to fundamentals is bloomberg.com. So all you need to do is go to www.bloomberg.com, and then once you get here, you come under markets here. So you come under the markets tab and then select currencies. So from there, you can be able to select the particular currency that you trade. For me, I trade the EURUSD. So basically, this is what I select, and I'm able to see the related news when it comes to the Euro USD. So I check out the related news on the Euro and then also on the United States dollar. So you can see, for example, here, this is some of the related news. So Bank of Korea holds rate steady. Traders see Fed cut as done deal. Okay. So this is all about Asia. So we're not concerned about that. Equities pull back ahead of central bank events. Okay. Now, as I'm checking out these fundamentals, I'm only and only looking out for major news. The keyword there is major news. So if there's nothing major, then definitely I'm not concerned with that particular news. I'm only and only looking out for major news in the market. So basically, this is it. So this is about the yen. Then this is the Mexican peso. Then euro surges to 1-year high as traders eye rate cut path. Okay, so this is good, but it's really nothing major when it comes to what I'm always looking out for. So Obama's fire up Democrats at DNC. China opens probe into EU dairy products. Okay, so there's really nothing major when you look at what the kind of related news the Euro USD has. So it means I'll not so much be concerned. So when I talk about major news, for me, major news is something like maybe major political news, maybe geopolitical news, or maybe even any kind of catastrophes or any kind of tragedies that might, be happening in any of these countries where any of these countries that use either the euro or the United States dollar. So basically, that's what I'm always looking out for. If there's nothing on there, then I'm not concerned. So then the other website I like to use when it comes to fundamentals is this right here, and that is forexfactory.com. Now, for me, I actually, what I did, I actually filtered this website to only show me the economic calendar that has red folder news events. So this is how I filtered out this website to be showing me only red folder news events. So when you look right there at my screen, you can see these are all red folder news events, because sometimes if you are actually trading, sometimes you don't want to be in a trade as this news drops, because sometimes it ends up, wiping out all your profits. Or if you even actually, predetermined to maybe, that if this particular trade goes against me, I'm only and only willing to maybe lose maybe 10 pips on that trade. For sometimes these brokers that we use, they end up actually widening their spreads during these red folder news events, and they might end up, slipping you more than what you had actually predetermined to lose on that particular trade. So I like to be out of my trades before these news events drop. So that's just me. You can tell me down in the comments how you do it, but for me, that's basically how I do it. So you can tell me in the chat right there how you do it. But for me, when it comes to red folder news events, I like to be out of the market just there and then. So basically that is it right there. So what I'm going to be doing right now is getting onto the chart to be able to share what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like. So as I told you guys, when it comes to my trading or to my strategy, I'm basically someone who uses the previous day's candle to basically determine where price is going to go on the next day. So today, which is the 22nd of August 2024, this means I'll be using the 21st of August, price action. So let's get back there, and you see. So when we come to yesterday, which was 21st, you can see this was the price action right here. It was very bullish. So you can see right there, this was its opening price right there. Then it made its low right there, then its high right there, and then the closing price was right there, guys. So what does this mean? So for me, I'll be looking out at certain things from the previous day, and this is either an order block or maybe an inversion, an order block or a fair value gap, or maybe equal highs or equal lows in case there are any from the previous day. And then when we see on the upper side, so it formed this high, and when you look at here, there was a fair value gap, but this was already closed in today's Asian session. That was already closed, so we are not much concerned about that. So then we then look at this right here. So there's a fair value gap here, and there's actually an order block right here. So what does this mean for us? So for me, on the lower side, this is what I'm looking at price doing. So what I'm looking at today is for price to come all the way. Let me try and mark that out for you. So I'm looking at price coming, taking out, this order block. Once it has, then out of the way. So there are some stops resting below here. So in case they are there, then probably price is going to come, take those out, and then it will reverse in the other direction. So a major level that I'll be looking at is this right here at 1.11101. So that's a level that I'll be looking to actually, I'll be intently looking at that. So once price gets to that level, then I'll be interested to see how it will behave. The other level, since price has already, for today, it has already taken out, it has basically already filled this fair value gap right there. So the other thing I would expect is only for price to come for this Asian high right there. So price, I would also expect it to come take out. If this doesn't happen this way, then I would expect price to come take out this high right there. So once price has taken out the two key levels, so the other level is this right here at 1.11584. So that's the other level I'll be looking at intently today. So when price gets to that level, then what basically I do, if price gets either to this level or this level, what I basically do is to drop down to the 5-minute time frame. So you can see this analysis. I've done it on the 1-hour time frame, and basically I'll be dropping when price gets to any of those levels, either the other one or this other one below. When price gets to any of those levels, I'll be dropping down to the 5-minute time frame, and then what I basically look out for is what I call an inversion fair value gap. This is when price has actually, covered a fair value gap that was initially, there on the 5-minute time frame. So once price has showed me this, then this is when I make my entry. This is when I take my entry, and usually my stop loss is 10 pips. And when it comes to the take profit, I use 30 pips in the market. But sometimes I like to squeeze these to a 1 to 4 to basically be able to make some extra profits from the market. So basically, this is how I trade, or this is what I'll be looking out for today in case price either comes for this level or this level. I'll be taking my trade. So basically, this is how I'm going to be looking, or this is what I'm going to be looking out for in the market. But again, remember, you do not over risk on your trades. Don't say, Gani was on the live stream and he said, once price gets here, price is going to move to this other direction. Guys, this is not how we trade. When you're trading, you have to be risk cautious, guys. So you have to, put risk at the back of your mind, knowing that if that trade goes against you, you shouldn't be able to lose much on your account. Personally, I only risk not more than 1% on my account. So this is basically how I trade, and it is what has kept me long in this game. So if you over risk on your trades, and a trade or a particular trade ends up going against you, you're going to be having sleepless nights. You're going you will not be comfortable. So try and risk within your risk parameters. So basically, this is it for today. Remember to manage your risk right and avoid those minor execution errors, that, like, maybe instead of tapping on sell, you instead tap on a buy. Don't do such mistakes, because this is what ends up making you unprofitable in the market. And the other thing I like to drum into your ears, guys, sorry for using such language, but the other thing I really like to emphasize here is for you to actually be able to, stay consistent in these markets. Do not trade today and then tomorrow you say, the market went against me. Let me not trade today. So this is how you turn unprofitable, guys, or this is how you remain unprofitable, because maybe that day you're saying you're not going to trade. That's when your setup is going to show up, and it will actually go your way. So to avoid such things, just always be there. Be like a machine ready to execute at all times. When your setup performs, always be ready to execute. Once you are like this, then definitely you're always going to catch good trades in the market, and you'll be able to stay profitable in these markets. If you have a good strategy, just like the one I've shared with you right here for free, you'll be able to stay profitable in these markets. In case you do have any questions for me, always remember to leave them down in the comment section. I'll be gladly answering you back. So in case you have any of those questions, maybe related to this particular strategy, or maybe to your trading, or maybe any questions related to psychology, I'll be gladly answering you back right here on the channel. I'll be gladly answering you back on the channel. So in case of anything, you can always let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you taking, spending some time with me right here on the channel. I do appreciate actually every time you guys jump on here and, spend this time with me. That's 8:30 a.m. to up to about 8:50 a.m. my local time. That's East African time. I always enjoy when you guys are with me right here. So thank you so much. And if you found some value from this live stream, please go ahead, give it a like, because this really goes a long way. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Have yourselves a very good trading day. Bye.